So here we have a Renault Kangoo electric van. It's a 2020 business model. This one is a Maxi, so the long wheelbase. You can see it's got that extra bit there, sliding doors on both sides. This one is a 33 kilowatt hour battery pack. That battery which sits down there under the floor is owned, so there's no battery lease, because this is what they call an I model, so it's got an owned battery. So the purpose of this video is just to show you the condition. I'm not going to go into charging specs or range or any of that information. All of the technical stuff is on the website. The purpose of this is just to describe the condition and show you those things which are very difficult to put into words on the website. So if you've seen my videos before, you'll know I point out every minor little stone chip, mark or scratch I can find. I don't hide anything because I want people to know exactly what they're buying, and then these videos give people the confidence to buy the vehicle from afar, and then I'll get the vehicle delivered to you. So maybe I'll point out little marks or chips that really you wouldn't be worried about, especially on a van. But as I said, I don't hide anything. So let's just start on the inside in this van. So it's all still looking like new, really nice condition, absolutely no negatives to point out inside here at all, because this van has only done 7,547 miles. It's all standard business spec. So what you get on the business spec is just basically a factory fitted alarm. Doesn't have the air conditioning, that was an extra on these. Handbrake down here, eco switch there, cup holder down there. It's all sort of standard. Stereo controls at the back there, DAB radio with Bluetooth, and yeah, both front seats all really clean, new carpet mats on the floor, and that's about all I can show you on the inside. Oh, and I would just say this has just had a full service as well, and the traction battery underneath is currently at 100% state of charge, which is what you'd expect for a van of this age and this low mileage as well. I would just say, as part of the service, we also removed the wiper arms and all the trim below the windscreen and cleared out the scuttle drains which sit right down here below under the windscreen, which drain the water from the windscreen down into the wheel arches and out to the ground. So it's a common issue on these that they do block over time. You wouldn't normally see them blocked until the van was sort of 4 or 5 years old, but it's an issue in the autumn where all the leaves and debris gets caught down here, and eventually the rotting debris gets caught up in those scuttle drains. It wasn't an issue on this van, but while it was in, took it all apart and cleaned them just so it's got many years before it becomes a problem. So looking at the front, absolutely no dents, scratches or marks on that front bumper. Really clean and tidy for a van. It's got green number plates on because it is a zero emission vehicle. Behind the badge here you've got your Type 2 charging port. The charge flap still works as well. It's a common issue, those snap. No dents or scratches in the bonnet, no chips in the windscreen. Looking down this side, really immaculate. This is an immaculate van, to be honest. Tiny little scratches there on the wheel trim. You'd expect that on the near side as the trim hits curbs and things, but yeah, nothing to point out along this side apart from a tiny little crack there in the plastic housing of the mirror, but it's not moving. It's not going to cause an issue at all, and very minor. And then again on this back wheel trim, tiny little bit of scratching there and there, but you know, it's just a plastic wheel trim, so nothing to worry about. And then looking along this side, wheel trim's immaculate on this side, so is the mirror cap. There's just a couple of little things I'm going to show you, but again, incredibly minor and you really wouldn't worry about on a van. But there is a little chip, 2 little chips in the paint there, and a tiny little chip there, all smaller than my fingernail. That will have a bit of touch-up paint dabbed in there, but we've got some new paint coming in the post. I suspect it's had sign writing. That's normally a sign where sign writing, vinyl writing has been removed. There's also no evidence of it as well because it's too new. Normally you get paint fade, but not the case here because the van is still very new. And then there was a tiny little mark there, again where a scalpel's caught it, I suspect, where sign writing's been removed, but that probably won't have any paint in, it's too minor. And then along this side, the only other thing I was going to show you was there was a little dent. Yes, there's a little dent in the panel there, single skin panel there on these top sides, and that's where something from the inside has just dented the panel. But I've lost it again now. Again, it's so small you can't really notice it. It's there. But yeah, as I said, it's probably too small to even see. And then wheel trim's all good on this side as well, as are all the tyres, and the tyre tread depths are on the website. And everything I've pointed out, i.e. these, I've taken pictures of, and you can go into the photo gallery on the website, zoom in full screen and have a good look in detail. And then looking around the back, really nice condition again, those doors are immaculate. Just a couple of little things I'm going to point out. There is a little bit of scratching there on the plastic bumper down low, and then there is a little raised bit here in the plastic bumper. Someone's clearly reversed into something here, and it's just pushed the plastic up a little bit, but it's not damaged underneath, not causing any problems. But you can see there it's just bowed up a little bit, and that's it. The rest of it is all immaculate. And then looking inside, it's got ply on the floor but nothing up the sides, and then that side, which is dented, yeah, you can't see on here, there's no damage at all. Solid bulkhead. There's your charge cable, type 2 to type 2, AC charging only on the Kangoos. All the information is on the website. The metalwork is all very nice in here, considering it's not full ply lined. This is how they come from the factory, with that sort of hardboard at half height, and then obviously this has got a bit of ply in the base there. And then this trim here is all in pretty good condition. That tends to be a bit of a dirt and moisture trap under there, but we removed that and cleaned all that up as well. And then the original hardboard panels here on the back of the rear doors are all in very nice condition as well, which is pretty rare on these vans. So yeah, this van has had very light use and clearly been looked after. And then there we've got the jack and brace kit, because these vans do have a full size spare hung underneath, and that's still new and unused. There are a few scratches on the top of this door. It's very common on these. That's simply where the wrong door gets shut first and then this door gets slammed onto it, but again, we'll run a bit of touch-up paint when that arrives in those. But as the rest of the van, better than average, and nothing to worry about. So I think that's about it. Really clean and tidy van, still looking like new, to be honest, maybe just except for that rear bumper. As I said, I've taken pictures of everything, so if you go to the photo gallery on the website, you can have a look at all the things I've pointed out and look at them at full screen and zoom right in and have a good look in detail. But everything's incredibly minor, and to be honest, they're probably things that most people just really wouldn't even notice if they were viewing the vehicle in person.